Logos! Every brand has one, but not all are created equal. Some are powerful and iconic, while others fail to even grab your attention. But what's going on behind the scenes? What design elements make up a logo, and how do they all come together? In this video, we'll break down the anatomy of a logo and show you all the elements you need to create a finished design. Let's get into it. We'll start with the heart of a logo, the logo mark. This is a pictogram, icon, or graphical element that captures your brand in a single image. Think of it as the face of your brand, standing alone when all the other elements disappear. Here are a few types. A pictorial mark can be a specific image related to your brand, while an abstract mark uses eye-catching geometric or organic shapes. A monogram is a stylized or decorative version of the initials of your brand name. And finally, your logo mark can be a mascot or a character. Sometimes a mascot can even take on a life of its own and be used in commercials, merchandise, or even video games. Now that you have an idea of how to capture your business in an image, what about showcasing your business's name? Custom lettering or font design is an effective way to create a unique brand identity. They can even become the basis for fonts used across your entire brand. For brands using wordmark-only logos, a more creative hand lettering style could be a good choice. But keep in mind that your wordmark must be legible and stylish at every distance, in every size, and for every digital and printed application. Some wordmarks can even be embellished with interesting graphical elements that don't quite work as a standalone logo mark. So now that we've got our logo mark and our word mark, let's take a look at the next step that seeks to communicate that little bit extra. Your tagline is a slogan or phrase that describes what a brand does or stands for. It's particularly useful for newer and lesser-known brands. A tagline complements the information that you've provided in your logo mark and word mark, but it's usually of lower priority, so it's designed to be smaller, less bold, more condensed, and in a font rather than custom typography. Once you've chosen your tagline, you can try this optional step if you think your logo just needs a little bit more text. Although not as common nowadays, including an establishment date and location can be a really effective way to communicate trustworthiness, place of origin, or simply give your logo a slightly vintage feel, should that fit your brand strategy. Design-wise, the establishment date and location are even smaller than the tagline and are usually arranged in a very balanced way, with established on the left, date on the right, and location in the middle. So now we have all our core elements, let's take a look at how we can start bringing them together. Framing controls the shape of your logo and it directs the attention towards its most important aspects. Framing can vary widely, from simple black boxes to vintage seals. Not like that. Or even ornamental line work. The resulting shape can be abstract or based on a physical object, but it should relate to what your brand does and always align with your logo mark. All right, so all of your design elements are looking good, but what's behind them? The empty space around the inside of the logo is known as negative space. There's two kinds, so let's take a look at them. Padding is the space between your logo and other objects, and it stops your design from feeling crowded. Kerning is the negative space between individual letters or characters in your logo. Great kerning makes a logo look really balanced and legible, regardless of its size. Negative space can also be an opportunity to have a little bit of fun by creating some shapes within a logo that relate to your business. So now we have an understanding of each logo element, let's bring them all together. All the elements of your logo must work together to create a cohesive, effective design. And you can look to the 3 C's to help you get there. They are consistency, contrast, and composition. Consistency is all about sticking with your design choices, whether that be your color palette or the thickness of your lines in your typography. Contrast is where you use opposites to draw attention to different aspects of your design, like choosing curved lines in your type, but straight lines in your logo mark. And then when it comes to composition, there are two main approaches. Pyramid composition, which arranges the logo mark at the top, word mark in the middle, and tagline underneath. And rectangular composition, which places the logo mark to the left, while the word mark and tagline follow on the right. And that's it. Whew. That's the breakdown of anatomy of a logo. And now that you know what the pieces are and how they come together, you too can start designing the elements that you need to build a logo that you love.